Yo, yo, yo. What's good, good people? Welcome to your Don't Listen podcast. And I have to say, this podcast here might piss a few people off. It just might piss a few people off, and I'm well aware of that. And what I will say to that is, I don't care. Because here at Don't Listen, it's all about, we don't listen to what people think that's contrary to what we believe. We don't listen to people, that's just spewing negativity. If you saying something, bring some facts. If you saying something that makes sense, then I'll listen. But I've been seeing a lot of bull crap on TV. Well, not TV so much, but on the internet, because I really don't watch TV that much unless it's a ball game and I watch weather and traffic on the news, and then I get away from it because I don't like to get my news from TV. And part of the reason why I stopped watching the news on TV is because they give you a part of the story and they leave a whole lot out, right? They give you some part of the story and you think you got all the information, which is a news authority's job to do, is give you the whole story. Not the story that they want you to believe, but objectively speaking, the facts of a story. That's what a journalist is. That's what they're supposed to do. But, even some of these online media companies, I don't want to say no names because I'm not trying to get no smoke from nowhere. That's why whenever I say something about people, I don't say their names. I just tell a story that relates directly to them so they know that I'm talking directly to them. I don't say names. And people should start getting used to that. If you ever talking online, talking trash about people, don't say their name. Just speak facts on a situation you had with them. You know what I mean? That way, that person, they self, know exactly who you talking to. But what is the reason why I'm doing this podcast today? I was sitting around thinking about a topic that I wanted to talk about. And, I had a few different ideas of where I wanted to go with it. But, like I said, they just keep giving you shit so you can talk about. They just keep giving you stuff. You don't really have to search for stories. Stories come to you, right? But this one will be much more of a. I'm just going to be all over the place with it, honestly. I'm going to be speaking on some pop political shit today. You know, like, why do people still believe in these politicians? And why do they expect them to do something for you that will materially change your life? Because if you don't know, this government has been taken over. We got a guy in office right now walking around with cue cards to tell him where to stand, where to sit, where to speak. Falling off of bikes, falling up the steps, going on the Air Force One. That's our president. I call him, some people say President-elect Joe Biden. I call him President Inept, because the ineptitude that he shows as far as being a leader is unparalleled. I've never seen something like this. And who do we have to thank for that? It's like they forced this guy on us, right? When we had I think a perfectly viable candidate, which I'll get into that a little bit later. But I think, the fact that he was forced on us, shows that, is it really a democratic process going on? Because contrary to popular belief, there were other Democrats in the primary before he got elected, right? And they all got a call from this is where we gonna get the controversy going, because I know a lot of you people love you some Barack Obama. But I'm gonna say some facts on here about his ass too. But yeah. I know I'm going to get some smoke for this. But at this point, with the ineptitude of the Democratic Party, what the hell we got to hold punches for? Because, see, that's something they used to doing, holding punches. When Republicans, they don't hold no punches. They've been telling you what they going to do, and they don't show no ineptitude. They get the goddamn job done, no matter how long it takes. They waited 50 years. 50 years to get rid of Roe v. Wade. They play that long game. 50 years they waited to do that. But they got it done. Think about what Democrats have been promising just over the last 20 years. Have they ever gotten anything done? Think about that shit. Think about, I know most people I know live in cities, right? Most of the people you know live in cities, right? And most of those cities are ran by Democrats. I mean, most of the people that I know. Excuse me. Let's speak on the city I live in, for instance. As long as I've been living, has been run by Democrats, to my knowledge. This city has lost so many jobs, so many jobs over, I would say, the last 30 years. It was real easy to go find you a job in this city. I would say 25 years ago. Maybe 35. I would say 35 years ago. Because I remember we used to have a big ass Campbell soup place here where they had a big ass factory on the waterfront, employed a whole lot of Kansas City residents. We had a RCA building, like a factory they had there, TVs and everything else. They was making or shipping or whatever. Employed a lot of Kansas City residents. The dock workers, we had docks, waterfront, employed a lot of city residents. All those jobs went away, you know. Now, not so much the dock. They just changed the program up a little bit. They still there, but RCA left. Campbell Soup Manufacturing, I guess, if that's what it was, had left. They still got their corporate offices here. But there ain't no Camden City residents working there. No. There ain't no Kansas City residents working there. And the businesses that's here now, all the people come from the suburbs come here and work. Got a Suzuki office here that just got here in a few, the last few years. Do they employ any Camden residents? No. Got a whole nother building came up business here. Do they employ Kansas City residents? Right here on Morgan Boulevard, some big ass plant, whatever it is. Do they employ the residents? No. Maybe a janitor or somebody that walks around changing light bulbs and stuff, but for any important positions, no. Who run this city? Oh, we got another place opened up on River Road. Big old factory. All I see, cars coming in off of the highway, cars going out onto the highway. That's mostly any business that come to this city. Do not do shit for the residents of this city. Don't offer no opportunity for the residents of this city. But they keep building big ass office buildings and factories and whatever else. They don't hire people from the city. And who runs this city? Democrats. As long as I can remember, Democrats, the senator Democrat. Both of them. For up north and for South Jersey. Both of them are Democrats. City government here, all Democrats. And it's been like this for as long as I can remember. For this city here, all Democrats. And why do I say that? Every year they come out and they say, we're going to materially make your life better. Now, mind you, I have no joy in saying any of this. Because I was a part of the sheep too. You know, if you're going to say something and you're culpable, and you've been part of the problem and not the solution, as far as voting for these people, I gotta raise my hand. Yeah, gotta raise my hand. That's all I've been voting for is Democrats. I've been voting since '94. I voted for Bill Clinton the first time I ever voted. And the last time I voted for Joe fucking Biden. And in between it's been Obama, Hillary Clinton. I never voted for a Republican in my life. Probably never will. But let's talk about the people that I have voted for. Democrat. Because that's the situation that I find myself in. And I'm sure a whole lot of you find yourself in. These inept politicians. Nobody comes on here asking for fucking handouts. Nobody comes on here asking for you to do anything but what you said you was going to do. Right? Nobody's saying that shit. But what do they say they going to do? We going to make your life better somehow. They say some shit they're going to do and you be like, yeah, we're going to fight for you. Really? I think I had my political awakening, honestly, 2 years ago. Well, not 2 years ago. I would say about a year ago. Because if I was awakened like I am now, I wouldn't have never voted in this last election. Now, Phil Murphy, I voted for him. And I don't really have a problem with that. I think he's doing the best he can do. But, you know, these presidents who we've been voting for, Democrats, that we've been sheep herded to since we were old enough to vote, you know, they got a lot of culpability into the problems that we have in today. You say, hey, Terrence, why are you saying that? I will tell you why. Now, anything I say right now, I can pull up facts. So anybody that want to fact check me, all you got to do is go to Google and type the shit in, and it will pop up. Or maybe you got to do some digging like I had to do to get the information that I got. But I'm not going to come on here and say some shit that's not true. Or I'm not going to come on here and say some shit that is not fact based, so called, media conglomerates, big time media mogul companies have actually wrote papers on the shit that I'm going to say. Excuse me. Sorry about coughing in y'all ear, but okay. But yeah. First one I will say that I ever voted for, Bill Clinton. Let's get on with Bill Clinton. We all know the story on him, or the story they don't want anybody to talk about anymore, with him and his intern. And I ain't here to talk about that. We're going to talk about what has he done for me that, in my opinion, to hurt the American people. What has he done? We could talk about the 94 crime bill that disproportionately sent black and brown people to jail. Oh, that's old school. But look how it's affecting us today. Their so-called war on drugs. Now, I'm not excusing anybody for bad behavior. But in this city, as long as back I can remember, there has not been any opportunity for people to really advance in this city. All the city jobs are grandfathered in. The grandpop dies, goes to the father. The father dies, goes to the son, and it keeps going on and on. But let's get back to Bill Clinton. NAFTA trade agreement. What is NAFTA? It's a trade agreement where he made it very easy for companies to get up out of here and move up out of here, ship your jobs and shit overseas. You notice every time you make a call somewhere, you don't even understand what the people saying half of the time. Yeah, he had a lot to do with that. You looking for customer service, you on the phone, and you got to ask them, can you get somebody on here I can understand? I cannot understand what you're saying. Yeah, he made it real easy for that to happen. That's NAFTA. Started just shipping all your manufacturing jobs and everything else. You notice a lot of companies is relocating to Mexico and India and China and all these other places. Oh yeah, that's Bill Clinton. That's Bill Clinton fingerprints all over that. Who is he? A goddamn Democrat. Now after Bill, we got George Bush. I didn't vote for him, so. But he came in, lied us into a war. Lied us into a war which killed millions of Iraqi people. Millions of them. Him and Cheney lied us in with the help of Colin Powell and that sister, what's her name, Condoleezza Rice. All right, they just lied us in the war. Who benefited? Who was the beneficiaries of that war? Military-industrial complex. Whoa. Who else was the beneficiary of that war? Halliburton. Dick Cheney got stock in that. Now you all listening to his daughter on these January 6 hearings like she ain't him reincarnated. She got so much. See Democrats and Liz Cheney is she's great. She got some sense in her. She ain't like other Republicans. You should be ashamed of yourself to even say that. Because look how she reacted when Roe v. Wade got overturned. Then her true colors come right back to the surface. You can't change the stripes on the zebra, people. They are who they are. Right? So we did Clinton. We did Bush. Who came after Bush? Oh, shit. Oh, man, this is where the problem's gonna start. Y'all boy, Barack Obama. Wow. The master manipulator. That's what I call him. The master manipulator. And I'm going to be hard on him because people need to know some truths about this man, because I know a lot of y'all love y'all some Barack Obama, the first black president. Now, I'm going to tell y'all about some. Y'all can find these videos. They are on YouTube. Type them in Google. Most of y'all know him as a Democrat. But he did an interview. He did an interview where he's sitting down talking about, I wish I could show y'all these things, because the reason why I ain't putting no video in this one is because for some reason YouTube is not going to give a person like me who's speaking truths, who show video to prove the facts. And I ain't never been in no journalism school, so they not going to say I'm a journalist. So when I show y'all facts and show y'all things, they demonetize my video, give me copyright strikes when I show y'all the facts. So this one will not have no video in. And the next time I do one, I'm going to pull up some articles. That way I won't get copyright striked. But let's get back to Barack. Barack Obama, the first black president. In this video he was doing, on this interview he was doing, they was asking him about his politics. And he said it like this. I'm going to give y'all my best impression of Barack Obama's voice. Yeah, most people will think I'm a moderate Republican the way I legislate. Ooh, told on yourself. He considers himself a moderate Republican, but he runs as a Democrat, which all these jokers are doing today. They claim themselves as Democrats, but they really Republican via Joe Biden, via Joe Manchin, via Kirsten Sinema, via most of these corporate Democrats that's in the House and the Senate. Most of them are middle right. If you know what I mean, you got so-called far left, you got left, then you got moderate, then you got right, and then you got far right. Most Democrats, corporate Democrats, consider themselves middle right, center right. Not center left or left leaning at all. None of them are really left. But let's get back to Barack Obama. If you go back and look for this video, Barack Obama said on his first time running, the first thing I do when I get in office, the right for women to choose is my first priority. He said that. We're going to codify Roe v. Wade. Democrats promised you that 20 years ago. To my knowledge, that I could remember. It's a video out on Twitter right now showing this exact thing. He said this shit. Barack Obama. Democrat. First thing I do when I get in office, I promise you, we're going to make women's right to choose a law. Press conference showed later, once he won, after he won, the right to choose is not my first priority in legislation. What? People, go check for yourself if you think I'm lying. The videos are there. I'm not lying. Okay? The other thing. Barack Obama. It's some people, I don't know if a lot of y'all know, but it's some people down there in Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan is a predominantly black city with a few of our white brothers and sisters sprinkled in, but it's predominantly black. And they had they still have in this water crisis, whereas the Republican governor at the time switched the water from somewhere else. I'm going off of memory with this one. This wasn't a planned thing that I'm saying right now, but I'm giving you some more in-depth on Barack Obama. Yeah, so the Republican governor switched the water coming from someplace where it was safe to drink, switched it to coming out of the river, where the river was polluted and all messed up, and all kind of crazy shit started happening to the residents. Started getting cancers and sick, all kinds of sicknesses. And what did Barack Obama do? Gets on a jet, goes down there, takes water, puts it to his mouth like he's drinking. The people in the audience was like, "No, Mr. President, don't drink it." He ain't touched that water. but he act like it, and then told these people this water was safe to drink, went down there and provided cover for a Republican governor that just poisoned some folks. You just poisoned some folks. That's Barack Obama, Democrat. Oh man, if y'all do some research on some of these people, you'd be like, why do I even vote? That's where I'm at right now. Because I'm tired of supporting these freaking feckless they terrible people, y'all. I could use other adjectives to speak on these people, but nah, I'm gonna try to keep it a little professional for y'all. Try not to curse so much. But yeah, your boy, you know, I had to show some people, I don't want to say who it was, but I had to show some people some video. You know, a family member very close, near and dear to my heart, some videos of her boy Barack Obama, and she could not believe it. Who this person was my mother. And she loved her some Barack Obama. And I had to show her what this man was doing. Not only did he do what I said he was doing, he is the deporter in chief. That's what he's known as in Latin America, as the deporter in chief. You know how they was coming after Trump talking about he got kids in cages. Well, guess who built the goddamn cages? Okay, let's keep it 100. Now, everything I'm saying, y'all need to go check for yourself. Like, I'm giving you the information and what you can go in and check for yourself. Now, where did he fail you? And this is the last thing I'm going to say about Barack Obama. Where did he fail you the most? For these people today, on Roe v. Wade, right? And why the Republicans have such a big ass advantage in the Supreme Court. What did he do to contribute to that? Now, on his way out, they said, Obama, you're a lame duck president, and Mitch McConnell. This is what he said. Master manipulator Mitch McConnell. Oh my God, the guy is cold-blooded. He gets shit done though. Now, this is not no, I am not tooting his horn in a good way. But you're going to see the difference between Republicans and Democrats. I'm not tooting this man horn by no means. But Mitch McConnell told Barack Obama, listen, you're a lame duck president. There's no way you should be able to put somebody on the Supreme Court when you're going out. And Barack Obama, what did he do? He had a candidate and everything. It's actually the guy who runs the Department of Justice now was his candidate for the Supreme Court. Excuse me. And what did Barack Obama do? Instead of fighting for you, he laid down. Listen to Mitch McConnell, somebody from the other party that don't have his interest at heart, supposed interest. But remember, I said he's a moderate Republican. He said it, not me. Go look it up. But homeboy, he laid down for him. Yeah, maybe they're right. So I'm going to withdraw my candidate for the Supreme Court because the Republicans are mad at me. That would have been a seat that would have been filled, right? And he just made way for Donald Trump. Oh, Donald Trump got 3 people on that court. And I am not tooting his horn at all, neither. Because I'm going to speak on him too. But what did that man do? He laid down and let that seat just be there when he could have filled it. But he listened to Republicans that told him not to fill it because he's a lame duck on his way out, so he shouldn't do it, and he didn't do it. Who you working for, bruh? You work for the people that voted you in, which are Democrats, or you work for Mitch McConnell? Because you listen to him instead of listen to your own constituents. Right? Hey. The things you don't know. If you don't know, go do your own research, people. Don't listen to mainstream media talking points, talking heads, because that's all they are. Just go on there reading scripts. Find out this information yourself. That's how I found out. It's on the internet. It's on YouTube. It's on all those media sites. A lot of this information I got from reading articles. Do your own truth digging. Don't believe what I'm saying now. Listen to what I'm saying and go find out for yourself, am I bullshitting or not? And I guarantee you I'm not. This shit is there for you to find. Information is there. Alright. So that's the last thing I'm going to say about your boy Barack Obama. Oh, one last thing too. Oh, the Obamacare. He got that from a Republican think tank to give you health care. And why would you get anything from a Republican think tank when all they trying to do is take shit away? But you're a Democrat. All right, that's enough of Barack. Let's get into some of you white folks, boy. Because I know there are black people that like Donald Trump, but I ain't one of them. And people need to understand what he did, too. Now, these are all presidents ever since I was able to vote. Now, I ain't talk about Bush's dad. He was president in between there, too. But he basically was just a warmonger as well as his son was. So basically you could look at the son and see the father and see why the son. And Cheney was in both administrations. So that tells you what you need to know about Bush Sr. But he was celebrated like he was just some great president that came through and did great things. For 4 years. He did so many great things that he only lasted 4 years. Just like Donald Trump. Donald freaking Trump. Let's talk about him. Because somebody said something in the comment to me on one of the other political jones that I did and said, you sound like a Trump supporter. How could I be a Trump supporter when I just told you I've been voting for Democrats my whole goddamn life? I look at the ticket, check all down the line. Now I do my due diligence on every candidate now. I've been doing that for the last, I would say, 3 or 4 election cycles. But before, I used to just click D all the way down. Didn't even know who half of these people was. Just, my mom said, just hit the D all the way down. I listened to her. But now I'm enlightened. I do my due diligence. I check on everything. I don't just check the D button. I don't just click on the D button. And we all need to start doing that, folks. You got to start holding these politicians accountable. If you come in saying you're going to do some things and you don't do said things, why do you get to keep staying in there? This goes for any, where you at, where I'm at, anybody. Why do we keep voting these people in when they don't say what they going to do? They don't do what they going to say. Excuse me. We got to stop being sheep. Listening to our older parents, older relatives telling us, yeah, just vote blue no matter who. Stop listening to these commentators on TV. Vote blue no matter who. No, it should matter who. And the Democratic Party, the DCCC committee, whatever they are, they got a lot to do with why we don't have any goddamn options. Because every time a progressive candidate run, all this money come from somewhere to destroy the progressive candidate. You got politicians coming in. Jim Clyburn, Nancy Pelosi. It will come in and rock the snot box of a progressive candidate. People that really try or say they try to do some stuff for you. So I don't give benefit of the doubt no more. Action speaks louder than words. And what the DCCC did to Bernie Sanders should be criminal. But he don't even fight for himself. So why should I? I ain't gonna even say what they did. Do your own digging. Well, I'll say what they did. You know. On another pod, not on this one. But they did some dirty things to Bernie Sanders 2 times. And he laid down and didn't call it out. And then sheep herded people into the Democratic. Go vote. You didn't vote for me, but go vote for them. I'm telling you. I'm going do whatever Joe Biden wants me to do for him. I'm going to get him. I'm going to bring progressives into Joe Biden's campaign. That's Bernie Sanders. The lapdog for the Democratic Party. He used to sound like a fighter. He used to sound, we need to have a revolution in this country. Get you all souped up. And he just laid down, let them people stomp on him. They did some dirty shit to him. I want y'all to go do your research into that. But the Democrats have been so inept over the years. They've been coming in there, do you know, right now, and for the last 20 years, they could have codified Roe versus Wade into law. Bill Clinton could have did it. Barack Obama could have did it. And Joe Biden can do it now. The news is not telling you this shit. But they could have been did something that the Supreme Court, they could have made it a law. And the Supreme Court couldn't have did nothing. If it's a federal law, ain't nothing the Supreme Court could have did about it. But they don't tell you that. They just said, this is our fight. We gonna campaign on this. Let me show y'all some shit. I don't know how this guy, because I said this also in another pod where I said this guy Bob Menendez been he been hitting me up in my emails. I want y'all to see this shit because this is my state senator. You know, this is my state senator. I want y'all to see this crap because this is what I be talking about. Look, what that say? Highlighted, Senator Bob Menendez. Look at this shit. I'm gonna read the email to y'all. I hoped I'd be writing with good news today about the historic passage of the bipartisan Safe Communities Act dealing with gun safety, which passed the Senate last week with a strong 65-33 vote, including 15 Republicans. Ooh, gotta give the Republicans credit. Gotta give it to them. This is what Democrats do. Gotta give them credit. 15 of them helped us. 15 out of 33 of them. Whatever. Well, 15 out of 48 of them. However, there are more pressing matters today. Just days ago on Friday, we saw the U.S. Supreme Court overturn Roe v. Wade and Planned Parenthood v. Casey, ending reproductive freedom for millions of women living in the states led by right-wing conservatives. Ooh, right-wing bad. For nearly 50 years, our nation, has recognized the constitutional right to an abortion as part of the right to privacy and medical freedom. This decision is devastating and disastrous. It will impact millions of American women and will forever be a stain on our country's history. Why didn't y'all do something about it? Where a woman lives and her income level will determine her ability to access reproductive health options. I am grateful that New Jersey is and will continue to be a beacon of reproductive freedom in our nation, and that we have a governor and a state legislature who will continue to protect a woman's right to choose. I will never be able to personally understand the pain that this decision causes women across America. But my pledge to you is that I will work with you to ensure every single woman in New Jersey and across the nation has equal access to abortion care. We cannot let them go further. We will not let them touch civil rights. Oh, here come the fear mongering. Voting rights. Oh my God. Or LGBTQ plus rights. Bleh. And we'll continue this fight every day until full reproductive health care access is fully restored. Until next time. What does that say? Bob Menendez. Bob Menendez. Look. This guy just look. Look at this. From the desk of Bob Menendez. So some person said I was lying. So I just wanted to show. Look right here. Bob Menendez. I deleted some stuff, but I left this here just to show people say that you be lying. Look, Bob Menendez down here. Another one, Bob Menendez. Right? Now, where's this? This one is from May 15th, right? It says, last week we were shocked by the leak of a draft Supreme Court opinion by Justice Alito that, if it is the final decision, will overturn Roe v. Wade and allow states to eliminate a woman's right to choose. Right? This email I got on May 15th. Today, if I'm not mistaken, they didn't they didn't overturn it until what, 6 or 7 days ago. So they had a whole month to do something about it, but they did not do that. Right? And that's what I said in the Roe v. Wade window. What is he, a fortune teller? Or no, they already knew what they was going to do. They already knew that Republicans were coming for abortion rights. They already knew. And then after they found out the leaked document, why didn't Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer have emergency votes in the House and in the Senate to codify Roe v. Wade? You have the majority in the House, you have the majority in the Senate, and you could have sent that bill to Joe Biden, who is your president, who's all Democrat, and signed it into law before they overturned it. Why didn't they do that? But these people say they're going to fight for you. They could do that shit. They could have done that shit for the last 20 years. 20 years. They could have did so. The ineptitude of the Democratic Party. Doesn't matter who the president was. Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, now Joe Biden. Hope I skipped over Trump. Since people think, I don't want people to think I'm some right-wing guy coming to just hurt Democrats. Because I already talked about George Bush, who's a war criminal, started a war on false pretenses and enriched himself. His vice president enriched himself. Well, let's talk about Donald Trump. These are our presidents that we supposed to look up to as leadership. Donald Trump. What did Donald Trump do? This man facilitated an upward tax relief plan. Not for the workers, not for low-income people, upwards. People that's already rich, already in a place where they don't really need no tax break. Some of them shouldn't even be qualified to have a tax break. But that's the tax code, that's a whole nother pot. But he transferred a tax relief plan to save them billions of dollars, trillions maybe. I don't know exactly what the number is. But he came in like a populist and lied to you all our white brothers and sisters. Started going in on the social issues, shit that nobody should be caring about no more, racial shit that everybody should be over at this point in our history of America. There should be no more racial shit going on. What is wrong with you people? You are, what, your brain don't work? You still on some racist shit in 2020? What, your fucking brain don't work? You still on some racist shit in 2020. Culture wars shit. Y'all still worrying about culture wars. Oh, I hate Negroes because of the color of their skin, how they talk. I hate their music. I hate them. I hate everything about them. Why? How you gonna hate people that has no power in this country? They can't do nothing to you. Black people can't do nothing to you. Brown brothers and sisters can't do nothing to you. They almost eradicated the Indian population in this country. They can't do nothing to you. So why are you mad at minorities? The people that have power is the ones you should be worried about. Because like I said in another video, it's a class war going on. Class. If you are not a rich person, and not doing great in your life, you know why? Because this country is being ran by Fortune 500 companies and the military industrial complex. So why are you mad at people that has no goddamn power in this goddamn country? If you still a racist in 2020, you need to look at the people who make you feel that way and say maybe something wrong with them. Cause last time I checked, I don't know no black people that got political power in this goddamn country that got their foot on your neck, holding you back from getting something you want to get. That's not happening. It ain't happening even when Barack Obama was in office because he wasn't nothing but a puppet for Republicans. So who are you really mad at? Are you mad at yourself? You need to start looking into your class and not somebody's race. And maybe you can wipe some of that racial shit off your shoulder, brush it off. Because if you racist still in 2020, that's what's passing you by. Time is passing you by. Because I tell you what, as much shit that has happened to black folks in this country, we should be a whole lot madder than what we show. And it still happens to this day. But we don't, because we are peaceful people. But no, we're the most dangerous people on the face of the earth. We're the most violent people on the face of the earth. No, that's not true. If you look at your history, it shows different. So all you people still running around here, this goes for black people too. And our Spanish brothers and sisters as well. If you are still running around here being racist for whatever reason, I will offer you to go do some digging into what's really going on is class war. And I said this before, rich, poor, there's no more in the middle. Because all it takes for something to happen to you and your life can change drastically if you got a little bit of cash. Rich, poor, no more middle class. You might be doing well, but you ain't, you ain't no difference. You just one health problem away from being bankrupt. Because for some reason in this country, you incur medical debt, you're financially ruined. And why is that? When every developed nation around the world, Western nations, has health care built into their government, has healthcare built into their taxation of their people. Why don't we do it here? Because our government is controlled by the health insurance companies and the pharmaceutical companies. That's why we'll never get health care in this country. Canada fucking has it. The United Kingdom has it. Switzerland, Netherlands. It's not free health care. It's paid for by tax dollars. So when somebody say they just want free health care, it wouldn't be free. You'll just pay a little more in your taxes. But everybody get a chance to see a doctor. Why can't we have it here in the supposed richest country in the world? Supposed. And all these other developed countries have it. Because our politicians are ran by the healthcare industry and pharmaceutical companies. It's that simple, folks. And that's Democrats or Republicans. Doesn't matter what letter they have next to their name. They're all controlled by companies and the military industrial complex. And that's just a fact. That's not my opinion. Because if that wasn't the case, and why do these people got so much money going into their campaign from these companies? Aha. Am I lying or am I telling the truth? Alright, back on Trump. Trump facilitated a big ass transfer of wealth to people already rich, which included himself, with that tax plan he had. Okay, that's one bad thing that he did. Another bad thing, he's, since he came in, a lot of that rhetoric that he spewed is the reason why this country has so much division. It's always been there, but he made it cool for some of those trailer park people to come out of the closet. Made it cool for some of those crazy ass group leaders to start recruiting and up their recruiting again. He made that happen. So he sold a lot of divisions in this country off of lies, might I add. The man lied so much, goddamn it. I mean, they started fact checking off of him. And some of the fact checkers that was checking him was liars theirself. But he lied the whole goddamn lot. Said he was going to bring manufacturing back. Campaign promises. How'd that go, folks? How'd that go for you? But you run around here mad at people that has no political power in this country. They say, oh, Joe Biden is radicalized. He's being radicalized by the far left. What? Are you freaking serious? That man don't listen to nobody. He's listening to his handlers right now because I don't know if he can get a cohesive or coherent thought out of his brain at this point. The man falling off of bicycles and shit. Reading off of cue cards. He ain't running the country. Somebody else is. They need to do an investigation into that. Trump he's been culpable in a whole lot of craziness that's going on right now. Brainwashed all those people to ransack the Capitol building. And look, sheep Just sheep. People are just sheep. Even when confronted with the truth, these people will not believe nothing they will say. Nobody says. They MAGA for life. And I ain't mad at them. I just wish they would put that energy in some better things instead of just following somebody blindly. I think that goes to be said for all of us and in everything that we do. You can't just blindly follow somebody into something. That goes for Democrats and Republicans because they both lie. They say what they need to say to get them elected, and then they go in there and do fucking nothing. That's just a fact. I ain't making that up. All right, let's get to the last person on the list. Joe Busy Biden. Yeah. The architect with Bill Clinton of the crime bill that, like I said earlier, got the jails filled up with brothers and filled up with brown people. Oh yeah, Joe Biden did that. And he got a little help from his boy Barack Obama with the image fixing. See, y'all can y'all can go and vote for Joe. He was my vice president. I stand by him. I know you do, because you're a Republican just like Joe Biden is. I don't even know what a Democrat is anymore. Because I was told that they support unions, that they, on the social issues, they fight for those, they serve law, they make laws that benefits everybody, not just the rich. Boy, has that been a lie in itself. Well, that's what I was told, and that's why I voted for him when I was younger and dumber. Now, I'm not here to sway anybody's. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just giving y'all some information. You do what you want with it. I'm not here to tell you to vote Democrat, and I'm not here to tell you to vote Republican. Because to me, they both the same party. One act like they care about the culture wars, and the other one uses the culture wars to divide us. So they one and the same. There's really no tangible difference between the two parties. They vote the same way. They both have corporate interests over the people. They both have the military-industrial complex interest over the people. Yeah, Barack Obama got rid of habeas corpus. Look that up. Joe Biden was the vice president at the time, but here we are on Joe Biden. What has he done? Donald Trump started a thing where he wanted to privatize Social Security. Excuse me. And I remember all the Democrats was coming out talking about, oh, I can't believe he want to privatize Social Security. I can't believe it. Well, with the majority, the House, Senate, and the presidency, Joe Biden right now, is getting ready to privatize Social Security. After they all came out against it when Trump was the president, which they should have. Because if you work till you're 66 in this country now, maybe it's 67, I don't know which exact number is because it changed recently. But if you work that goddamn long, you shouldn't have to work no more. And this country is indebted to you from contributing to society. That's your grandmom, your grandpops, that's your mother, your fathers. And that's hopefully for you when you get old and you need to retire. They already making people pay for health care out of their Social Security benefits. But now they want to privatize your Social Security. How many disabled people that's going to hurt? How many grandfathers, grandmothers, moms and pops that's going to hurt when they get to retirement age? And then they putting it in the stock market. Boy, does the stock market own a whole lot of weight in this country. And why is it that politicians who control things are able to have stocks? Do some connection, folks. Do some things. But Joe Biden right now is trying to privatize Social Securities and went to another right-wing think tank, took a person from that think tank and made him the guy to oversee it. Republican. So is Joe Biden a Democrat or is he Republican? I do not know. I do not see a difference between these parties, y'all. And if you do, get in the comments and tell me what is the difference between the Republicans and the Democrats. Because I do not see one. They're both in the business of fucking over the American people. That's what it looks like to me. And Joe Biden is the latest conduit. Because he probably don't even care. He's sitting in the Oval Office. This is what I always wanted. I wanted to be here. You wanted to be there, and once you got there, you're doing fucking nothing. So congratulations to everybody that voted for him. This is what we wanted. High-ass inflation. Starting a war that has nothing to do with us. They try to say this is Putin's fault. Those sanctions that they're using to try to hurt Russia is hurting us. That's why shit is inflated. Not because of Putin. It's because of our fucking government's involvement in the shit. If they wasn't involved in that shit or dealing with that shit, there would be none of these problems. Do your investigation into that, because I don't have time to explain all that. Maybe I'll do that in another podcast. But not in this one. I wanted to just tell you all about a little bit about each one of our presidents over my lifetime. And tell me, how has any of them materially made your life better? That is Bill Clinton, George Bush Sr., George Bush Jr., Barack Obama, Donald Trump, and now Joe Biden. These are all the presidents that's been around in my lifetime that I remember that I could vote for. You tell me, has any of them materially made your life better? No. And why would you continue to even be involved in a process that gives you two options, but you get the same results? Absolutely fucking nothing. They keep finding ways to enrich themselves They keep finding ways to transfer wealth to people that already got money. You know how many people made out big over the pandemic? Amazon. There's a whole lot more companies. I might do a pod on that as well. But god damn it, people, we gotta wake up. We gotta wake up. Stop expecting these people who are controlled by companies to do something for you. And if they don't, hold them accountable. Do not vote for their ass again. Because at the end of the day, neither one of these parties actually doing anything for you. They making your life worse. I said this in the last podcast. This government, as much as they like to call out other authoritarian governments, boy, have they become authoritarian. America, the land of the free, the home of the brave. There's still a lot of brave folks here, but ain't nothing free about this motherfucker. They taking all your rights away. People that have dissenting voices, they find a way to censor them or shut them down or make them look bad so other people will look at them like pieces of shit. And I tell you what, this platform I'm on right now, YouTube, they helping them by shutting people's channels down. People that's not mainstream media, they steer people away from them. Just if you look at, let's say you watching a video on YouTube. I remember it years ago when you used to watch a video, the person's video that you're watching, when it ends, it goes to another one of their videos. Now, there's some political commentators online that I watch. Now, every time one of their videos ends, instead of it going to the next one the person did, or something in that same genre, it goes right to corporate media. No longer does it shows that person's work further. It goes right to corporate media. I'll go to sleep watching something. I wake up and it's goddamn MSNBC on my TV. I don't watch that shit. So why y'all keep putting it in front of me? I ain't subscribed to none of those channels, so why you keep putting it in front of me? They want to control the narrative, folks. And I might soon have to find another platform to go on, because I do believe my numbers are being suppressed. Because there's no way when I go on another site and look at my numbers compared to this one, YouTube, on the other site is reaching more people. I could see the numbers. We got to wake up, folks, and realize what's going on around us. This country is for the rich, and if you ain't that, they don't give a shit. That's all I got right now for you all. I hope you enjoyed this. This has been your Don't Listen podcast. And like I said, go back and look and check for yourself on anything that I said. And hit me up in the comments and tell me, am I a liar? That's all I got for y'all right now. Enjoy your weekend, good people. And peace to you on your journey. And I'm out just like that. Peace.